the sun-drenched coastal enclave of Montecito, California, with its rolling hills, pristine estates, and proximity to the Pacific, is a sanctuary for some of the world's most notable figures. It is a place where privacy is fiercely guarded, yet curiosity about its residents remains insatiable. The quiet streets and gated entries whisper tales of lives lived away from the incessant flashbulbs of the global spotlight, an escape into a peaceful Californian dream. Yet every so often, a window is opened, a glimpse is offered, and the world pauses to look inside, drawn by the undeniable allure of those who have navigated complexities few can comprehend. The desire to connect, to share, and perhaps to control one's own narrative is a powerful human impulse, even for those who seemingly possess everything. Why do we, as a global audience, remain so captivated by these momentary reveals, by these seemingly casual snapshots that circulate on our screens? Why do individuals who have deliberately sought distance from the crushing demands of public duty choose, in quiet moments, to open the door just a crack? Perhaps it is the inherent human desire to see, to understand, and to find a relatable thread in even the most extraordinary lives. In our hyper-digital age, where entire personas can be crafted and stories can be rewritten with a simple upload, the power of a single image or a carefully curated selection has never been more potent. It is a subtle, yet profound, act of communication, a way of defining oneself on one's own terms, away from the headlines and interpretations that often fill the void. These moments of digital connection, subtle and seemingly spontaneous, are not merely about aesthetics or luxury. They are quietly powerful statements about family, identity, and the simple joys of a life built beyond the conventional. The journey toward this point, marked by monumental shifts and deeply personal decisions, is what makes these fleeting glimpses so profoundly fascinating. Understanding the context, the intricate backstories, and the journey that led to this quiet Californian life is essential for fully appreciating the subtle messages embedded in every frame. We will delve deeper into this story, exploring the significant moments and the personalities that define this unique existence in the parts to come. If you find value in these in-depth explorations of the figures who shape our modern landscape and want to stay updated as this and other complex narratives unfold, please consider engaging with this channel by liking this content, leaving your perspectives in the comments, and subscribing for subsequent chapters and future deep dives. The foundation for this specific peek into their lives is built upon a continuous story of reinvention and resilience, a narrative that first began unfolding for a global audience in the dramatic events of previous years. Following their decision to step back from their senior royal responsibilities in 2020, a momentous shift that captured global headlines and ignited passionate discussions on both sides of the Atlantic, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex embarked on an unprecedented journey. Their move first to Canada and then to the United States was a deliberate attempt to seek financial independence and, most importantly, to carve out a more private, peaceful life for themselves and their growing family, free from the intense scrutiny of the British press and the confines of traditional royal protocols. This monumental decision, often referred to in media circles as Megxit, sent shockwaves through the established structure of the British monarchy and was met with a spectrum of reactions. From support and admiration for their courage to criticism and scrutiny over the implications for the institution they were leaving behind. They navigated these turbulent waters with a shared vision, a commitment to redefining what service could look like outside the traditional framework, focusing their efforts on impactful philanthropy, mental health advocacy, and creative ventures through their production company, Archie. Their candid and, at times, deeply revealing interviews, including their high-profile conversation with Oprah Winfrey in 2021 and their insightful Netflix docuseries in 2022, provided unprecedented context into their perspective, outlining the unique challenges and experiences that ultimately led them to choose a different path. These public platforms allowed them to address misconceptions, share personal struggles, and advocate for meaningful change, while also establishing their new identity on the global stage. Simultaneously, they focused on building a family, welcoming their daughter, Princess Lilibet Diana Mountbatten-Windsor, in June 2021, a joyous occasion that further solidified their commitment to the life they were building in Montecito, far from the pressures and traditions they had once been part of. Lilibet, named in a heartfelt tribute to her great-grandmother, the late Queen Elizabeth II, and her grandmother, the beloved Princess Diana, joined her elder brother, Prince Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor, who was born in London in May 2019. The couple's move to California, to the serene landscapes of Montecito, marked the beginning of a significantly different chapter. Their new environment offered a stark contrast to the formal surroundings and rigid expectations of life within the royal fold. It was a setting where they could cultivate a sense of normalcy, create their own traditions, and provide a nurturing space for their children to grow, surrounded by nature and away from the incessant paparazzi presence that had been a persistent feature of their time in the United Kingdom. This quiet, more grounded existence, allowing for intimate family moments and personal pursuits, is the powerful backdrop to the subtle insights that have occasionally surfaced. And it was just recently, amidst the serene beauty of this chosen Californian home, that a new, carefully selected collection of moments was shared, offering a genuine yet controlled perspective on their life today. Far removed from the formal pageantry and intense public expectations of their previous existence. These images, shared on a platform with millions of engaged followers, did not seek to make a grand statement or unveil a dramatic revelation. Instead, they offered a quieter, more intimate glimpse into their everyday reality. The simple pleasures, the connections that sustain them, and the joy they find in the private life they have cultivated together. The seemingly casual composition of these glimpses, from the choice of attire to the natural surroundings of their Montecito estate, belies a powerful undercurrent of intentionality, a silent narrative of healing, togetherness, and defining one's identity on one's own terms. What was revealed in this collection of moments, what details were quietly embedded within the visuals, and what story they were designed to tell, is what we will explore, piece by piece, in the subsequent part of this report. The world has always watched this couple with a unique intensity, analyzing every choice, every public appearance, and every silence. The interest in their lives has not waned since their move across the Atlantic, but rather shifted, focusing on how they would construct this new, highly independent path. A single post can ignite a wave of curiosity, drawing millions of viewers into a detailed examination of what it means to live, to love, and to build a family away from the traditional structures that once defined them. This latest collection of moments shared by the Duchess of Sussex offered exactly that kind of detailed view, serving as an elaborate window into a private, sun-filled reality that feels both carefully chosen and deeply intimate. The presentation began with an arresting, highly artistic grayscale image that sets an immediate tone of quiet reflection. It features the Duchess lying peacefully on the lush grass of her lawn, her face obscured by a classic straw hat, invoking a sense of tranquility and an escape from the outside world. This visual choice is not merely an aesthetic preference. It carries a distinct message about privacy, a desire to blend into the natural surroundings, and a deliberate move away from the traditional, highly staged portraits of the past. Her choice of attire for this image speaks volumes about her current approach to style, reflecting a philosophy often described as quiet luxury. She wore a striped silk shirt from Maternal, a piece that blends effortless comfort with sophisticated design, retailing for approximately £578. This was seamlessly paired with a crisp white linen skirt from Passe, valued at around £239, creating a look that is both relaxed and impeccably coordinated. These pieces were subsequently featured on OneOff, an innovative artificial intelligence fashion discovery platform that the Duchess partnered with during their highly publicized 4-day official visit to Australia earlier this year. This subtle integration of technology and personal style underscores how her choices continue to resonate globally, influencing fashion conversations and showcasing an ongoing engagement with forward-thinking digital platforms. The narrative woven through the visuals quickly moves from individual reflection to the central theme of family, presenting a series of scenes that highlight the relationships at the heart of their home. One of the most talked about images features the Duke of Sussex engaging in a playful moment with their eldest child, Prince Archie. The fathers and son are seen interacting with a giant football within the sprawling, beautifully manicured grounds of their £11 million Montecito estate. The setting, surrounded by mature trees and bathed in the bright California sun, emphasizes the expansive, secure environment they have created for their children to grow and explore. What caught the attention of many keen observers, however, was the specific clothing worn by the Duke. He was pictured wearing a casual t-shirt, emblazoned with the proud slogan "Girl Dad." While their young daughter, Princess Lilibet, was not directly captured in this specific playful sequence, the choice of attire served as a deeply affectionate, highly visible tribute to his relationship with her. This touching detail follows a separate, recently shared family portrait marking Lilibet's 5th birthday, which featured the Duke holding his daughter tenderly in his arms, showcasing the strong, affectionate bonds that define his role as a father to both of his children. The attention to detail within these shared moments extends beyond clothing to personal accessories that carry deep, sentimental meanings. In another image, the Duchess is seen wearing a classic, casual ensemble often referred to as a Canadian tuxedo, consisting of a light-wash denim shirt paired with matching denim jeans, both designed by Tracy James. This relaxed outfit was elevated by a striking, highly valuable piece of jewelry, a necklace from Logan Hollowell valued at £15,794. This particular accessory, known as the Lover's Duet Chain, is the very same piece she wore when addressing the World Health Organization's 79th World Health Assembly in Geneva last month, indicating its regular place in her wardrobe. However, its significance extends far beyond its monetary value or its appearance at high-profile international events. The designer of the piece has shared that the necklace features an emerald, which is the traditional birthstone for the month of May, representing her son, Prince Archie. This emerald is elegantly paired with a brilliant diamond, an addition interpreted by the brand as a subtle, loving nod to her husband, the Duke. A representative for the jewelry brand remarked that the piece aligns perfectly with her signature approach to personal styling, which favors items that quietly tell a personal story and carry deep emotional resonance, allowing her to keep her family close even in professional settings. As the audience progresses through this collection of family memories, an unexpected layer of history and sentimentality is introduced, bridging the gap between their present Californian life and the earliest days of their relationship. Amidst the recent photographs, observers on various social platforms noticed a unique image that stood out due to its digital timestamp. The photograph, which shows the couple in a tender embrace, bears a mark indicating it was captured on March 31, 2017, just after 7:37 in the morning. This revelation means the image dates back nearly a decade, to a time before their marriage, when their romance was still a closely guarded secret from the global press. The image appears to capture the couple after an early morning run, reflecting a shared commitment to fitness and outdoor activities that has long been a part of their bond. In the picture, the Duchess is dressed in athletic gear, including running shoes, a sleeveless black top, and a dark baseball cap, with her arms wrapped affectionately around the neck of her then-boyfriend. The Duke is seen in an equally casual state, wearing a backwards baseball cap, a light-colored t-shirt, and athletic shorts. This rare glimpse into their past serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring nature of their connection, showing a couple completely at ease with each other, long before the monumental changes that would alter the course of their lives forever. Their relationship began in July 2016, leading to a romantic, intimate proposal at their former home, Nottingham Cottage, within the grounds of Kensington Palace. The proposal took place during a quiet evening while they were preparing a traditional roast dinner, a moment that the Duke later described with immense warmth. He recalled falling in love incredibly quickly, feeling as though all the stars had aligned perfectly, and that this remarkable woman had literally tripped and fallen into his life, initiating a journey that would capture the world's imagination. In addition to these still photographs, the collection included brief video segments that provided a dynamic look into their domestic routines, showcasing a love for home-cooked meals and family gatherings. One particular clip featured the Duchess preparing a classic spaghetti bolognese dinner for her family in their spacious, modern kitchen. The footage shows her focused on chopping fresh onions on a large wooden cutting board, surrounded by an array of high-quality ingredients, including fresh garlic, grated Parmesan cheese, premium minced beef from Snake River Farms in Idaho, and canned tomatoes. The scene is set to a contemporary soundtrack with a popular musical track playing softly in the background, enhancing the modern, relaxed atmosphere of the home. The Duchess is dressed casualized for the task, wearing a white button-down shirt and a simple blue cap. This domestic scene quickly became a topic of lively discussion online, as viewers analyzed her specific culinary techniques, proving that even the most ordinary household activities can become points of intense curiosity when shared by public figures. The focus then shifts to their younger child, Princess Lilibet, who recently celebrated her 5th birthday. A charming photograph reveals a glimpse of her personality, showing her wearing a bright, expressive t-shirt that pays homage to a globally renowned musical icon. The top features an artistic illustration of the pop star Beyoncé, accompanied by the playful phrase "B is for Beyoncé." This unique garment holds its own story, having been designed by an enterprising 10-year-old girl named Pearl. The shirt is distributed through the National Women's History Museum, an institution dedicated to honoring the contributions of women throughout history, where it is sold for $48. This choice of clothing not only reflects a modern, fun preference for their daughter, but also subtly highlights their ongoing support for organizations and initiatives that empower women and celebrate artistic expression from a young age. Each element of this shared collection, from the historic flashbacks to the present-day family interactions, contributes to a larger narrative of a couple deeply invested in creating a meaningful, joy-filled life on their own terms. The tension between their past public roles and their current private focus is evident in every carefully chosen detail, inviting viewers to appreciate the complexity of their journey and the deliberate steps they have taken to protect and nurture their family bond. The subsequent section of this report will explore the remaining elements of this collection, uncovering further historical connections, significant milestones, and the wider context of the community and individuals that surround them in their California home. The final chapters of this expansive visual journey delve into the milestones and enduring commitments that have come to define the lives of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, charting a course through their significant anniversaries and providing an illuminating look at the network of support, friendship, and shared history that surrounds them. At the core of this narrative is a celebration of their enduring partnership, marked most recently by their 8th wedding anniversary, an occasion they observed with quiet elegance alongside their 2 children within the peaceful confines of their Montecito estate. To mark this significant milestone, the Duke surprised his wife with a series of deeply thoughtful, highly personal gifts that reflect their unique shared history and the playful, affectionate nature of their relationship. Among these tokens of affection was a beautifully crafted lemon elderflower cake, a deliberate and poignant nod to the distinct flavor profile of their iconic wedding cake from 2018, immediately evoking memories of the day their global journey truly began. Alongside this sweet tribute, he presented her with a charming penguin statue and a carefully handwritten letter addressed simply and lovingly to the one and only. The significance of the penguin theme holds a profound meaning for the couple, rooted in a story they have shared with their children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. In an intimate video recording, the Duchess can be heard reading the accompanying card to her children, explaining that when she and their father first became engaged, they hosted a private celebration for their closest friends where the mandatory attire was animal onesies, and they chose to dress as penguins. She explained to the children that they chose this specific animal because penguins are known to mate for life, serving as a beautiful, enduring symbol of their lifetime commitment to one another. This touching revelation was accompanied by a retrospective glimpse of the couple, sharing a joyful moment in their kitchen, reaching for their anniversary cake. alongside a playful selfie from that historic engagement celebration where they can be seen smiling broadly in their matching penguin outfits, showcasing the deep-seated joy and lightheartedness that has sustained them through years of immense public scrutiny and change. Expanding further on these historical reflections, the collection offered an unprecedented, highly intimate glimpse into their monumental wedding day, sharing two previously unseen photographs that instantly transported viewers back to the global event that captivated billions. The couple was married in a magnificent, globally televised ceremony at St. George's Chapel within the historic grounds of Windsor Castle on May 19, 2018, an event that was watched by an estimated 1.9 billion people worldwide and attended by a glittering array of international celebrities, including Sir David Beckham, George Clooney, and Oprah Winfrey. The newly released images, however, focus not on the grand public spectacle, but on the deeply personal, private moments of joy that occurred away from the main cameras. The first of these historical photographs captures a passionate, highly emotional moment during their evening wedding reception held at Frogmore House, showcasing the newlyweds locked in a tender embrace during their first dance, surrounded by a warm, celebratory atmosphere. The second photograph provides a more candid look at the immediate aftermath of their nuptials at St. George's Chapel, offering a fascinating view of the specific individuals who formed their inner circle of support during this transformative moment in their lives. Interestingly, but perhaps understandably, given the well-documented and complex personal distances that have developed between the Sussexes and senior members of the royal family, including the Prince and Princess of Wales, the traditional royal figures are notably absent from these specific, highly personal selections. Apart from a distant, fleeting glimpse of the back of King Charles after he gracefully walked his daughter-in-law down the aisle, the focus of these images remains entirely on the personal friendships and maternal support that have remained constant anchors for the Duchess. Instead of the expected formal portraits with members of the monarchy, the photographs highlight a warm, affectionate embrace between the Duke of Sussex and Isabel May, a prominent British public relations executive who has long been recognized as a close, intensely loyal, and longtime confidant of the Duchess, playing a vital, supportive role behind the scenes for many years. Simultaneously, the visual narrative honors the enduring presence of the Duchess's mother, Doria Ragland, who is captured in a natural, conversational moment partially framed within the shot, representing the steady, unwavering maternal support that has been a constant source of strength for the couple throughout their entire journey. The inclusion of these specific individuals, alongside the legendary Sir Elton John, who performed at their special day and has remained a fierce defender and close friend of the family, speaks volumes about where the couple places their trust and how they choose to define their community. Doria Ragland, a former social worker and yoga instructor based in Los Angeles, has maintained an incredibly close relationship with her daughter and son-in-law, frequently visiting their Montecito home and providing a grounded, loving presence for her grandchildren. Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet. This close-knit support system is central to understanding how the couple has successfully transitioned from the rigid, highly formal world of British royalty to the more fluid, independent, and entrepreneurial lifestyle they now enjoy in California. By surrounding themselves with trusted friends like Isabel May and dedicated family members like Doria, they have created a protective barrier that allows them to raise their children in a normal, nurturing environment while simultaneously pursuing ambitious global initiatives through their Archie Foundation. The foundation, which focuses on key areas such as digital safety, mental health, and community empowerment, serves as the primary vehicle for their ongoing public service, allowing them to make a meaningful impact on terms that align completely with their personal values. This latest social media reflection, therefore, is far more than a simple collection of lifestyle photographs. It is a carefully constructed, deeply meaningful testament to a journey of profound transformation, resilience, and growth. It shows a family that has successfully navigated the turbulent waters of global celebrity and institutional pressure to find a place of peace, security, and authentic happiness in the hills of Montecito. From the quiet luxury of the Duchess's carefully curated fashion choices to the playful fatherhood displayed by the Duke, from the charming glimpses of their children's developing personalities to the poignant historical flashbacks that honor their origins, every single frame contributes to a rich, cohesive narrative of a life built on love, purpose, and independence. As the world continues to watch their evolution, these moments provide a reassuring sign that despite the challenges of the past and the ongoing complexities of their unique global position, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex remain deeply united, focused on their family, and committed to a future of their own design, finding joy in the simple, everyday moments of their shared life as they gracefully transition from one season to the next.